Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry for the late video. I haven't been feeling the best this week, so didn't really trade today. And honestly, looking at it in hindsight, it was kind of better because today we had a lackluster day. But again, sorry for the late weekly analysis video. But um, like I said, I'm gonna still keep going at it every once a week. I'm gonna be posting a weekly analysis from the levels, things like that. I also wanna, again, strictly say that this is for the weekly levels. The daily ones I go every morning or every night before to look at it specifically on where to see it, on where to see exact intraday levels. So if that's something you guys are interested in, then I'd be more than happy. I also do it on my Discord. Again, I don't have a paid Discord or anything, but I just have a couple friends here that I follow and everything. I upload trades, I upload my analysis intraday, what I think, and things like that. So again, if that's something you guys are interested, please let me know. But anyways, a little weekly analysis is gonna keep this as short, as simple as possible. Don't want to take too much of your guys' time. Um, Last week we had for the bullish level we had 61.04, and then the bearish level we had 60.12. And so throughout the week we actually did see that they did get respected. And one thing I wanted to point out um, is that we had the same exact setup or kind of formation the week. If you really look at it, and these aren't going to be the weekly levels for this week. I'm just doing a quick little recap of last week. But if you really were to look at them, it's literally the same exact thing. And so, just want you to know that, right? This week we had similar action. You could see 2 weeks ago we had a gap down, and then we just had all week a rally up, and in the same way, similar candles too. Similar candles. Gap down, rally up, right? Same last week. Gap down in a rally up all week, right? We didn't see that today, but again, it was just something really interesting that I took note of. First thing that I saw on Monday, I was like, wow, we do have a gap down. I'm going to be looking to possibly play similar setups we saw from last week, right? Same exact thing, right? And so, um, for Monday, on the weekly levels, my weekly, and let me just pull it up real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull it up. Okay, Monday again. The intraday levels I was looking at on this is Monday the February 3rd. I was looking at 73 and then the weekly bearish below. My idea was as long as we maintained above the 73, I expected a traversal up to the weekly bearish level. But again, the gap down does signify strength from buyers, and so that's something I was really looking for. And so Monday you could see around the 73 levels. I actually still have it there. And again, disconsider like some of these levels, but 73 we we maintained above, and I was actually looking to play the market long. I believe it was around here. It was around here. I got the market long, or it was somewhere around here. But again, my analysis was as long as we maintain above the 73, we're going to maintain bullish momentum to the upside. And so we saw here we reclaimed to push up higher. And then obviously we try to go lower into the unfilled daily gap to no avail though. And once again, once we saw that reclaim above 73, that 60-12 is going to be very doable. And you can see that 60-12 respected all week. And so that was something just to take note of there, right? The biggest thing when I look at the weekly levels is obviously when they're at around the weekly levels is going to be my biggest areas of interest. But it really gives me kind of a momentum shift and gives me a momentum idea of where I should position myself in the market, right? If we're below the bearish level, in my opinion, I see that I'm gonna be more comfortable holding shorts for longer targets, trying to gain more money. Get more points, not just more money, more points. Right? You gotta really follow the trends, and that's what it really is. And so, really leaving those runners and letting the market do its thing, right? Compared to a long, with long, like let's say in this case where I believe I took the market long here, and I believe I did take an L around here. Um, Here my shorts were gonna be, or my longs were gonna be very short, right? I would have targeted probably here, and the rest I would have targeted, a little below the weekly level, just because we're below the bearish level, the weekly bearish level, and I don't feel, in my opinion, right, and that in my own personal analysis, I do not feel comfortable with holding longs in a bearish environment. And so again, we reclaimed 6012, we respected it nicely, and so that was on Monday's action. On Tuesday's action, my idea was to look at 6012 to 6002, and as long as we support that, I had a traversal up to the 47s, and then right above that 5775. And so a Tuesday, I don't remember if I generally took a trade here. Oh yes I did. Okay, so my trade here was actually very, very annoying because I was looking actually for a pullback. We had this consolidation area. And I was actually looking for a pullback around this area, like to the 31s, I remember it, and we missed it by very close here. So I actually didn't take the market long, but I ended up did taking the market long around here because like I said, we were looking for that traverse up to the 47s, and once we got to those 47s, you can see that this is the 47s right here on this line. You can see we were consolidating, and then we broke below into the 47s, and then we found a nice bounce where I took the market long. Again, same analysis. Short targets for longs. I took some off the day here, and then I got some stopped out here. Again, overall green day, but was happy to take that, but very annoyed because this whole move up offered no pullbacks, and I was actually pretty annoyed. I really wanted to get in that trade. Um, Wednesday, Wednesday was, I believe, an iffier day. We were looking for, again, intraday bearish belows were the 47s we saw from the previous day, and then intraday bullish above was the 68s. Again, these are levels I always come up with throughout the day, and so it was around the 868. 68s, and so we actually opened below the 67s, or sorry, 6047. So levels were like around here, and then 67 around here. It's kind of the levels I was looking at. And so we actually opened off, bounced off really strongly, but again, to no avail. And during this time, I was actually not favoring longs despite us opening above that bearish below level. And the reason why is because the VIX is a big confluence thing that I have. It aligns a lot with my trading style. And the VIX was just not giving signs to go long, really. It was looking more bearish. And so despite this, I was actually looking to take the market short, but to no avail, actually, because I actually tried to, this is when I had a red day, because I tried to take the market short here, failed. Tried to take the market short here, again, failed, because it didn't continue. And then once again here, failed. And it's just a day where, despite us being now below the 47s and VIX being extra confluence, it was just a day that I was just wrong, and it's something important to know when you're trading, just knowing when you're wrong and stepping off the screens, right? As traders, you're not always going to be right, and you know that because if everyone was right, we'd all be millionaires. But again, 3 losses there, and I was done. It was kind of frustrating, but again, I would actually play out the rest of the week because it's actually a very good analysis, right? It's a setup I always follow. Below the intraday bearish levels, looking to wade shorts, we see a nice sell-off. We leave that aggressive sell-off and that low volume node there, looking for areas to take the market short. Took it here, took it here, took it here, no avail again, and the rest of the day was just rallying. We reclaimed above the bearish below level 47. We got all the way above, and once again we came above the 67s, respected it nicely, and all the way to that, right? Always trust your levels. You see how they get respected nicely. Thursday, again, I was looking around the 67s and the 85s. So to do that for you, the 67s were the same thing there, and then the 85s. And so this was actually a really choppy day because it was actually right below also the weekly bullish level. And you can see that right there. It was actually right above it. And so despite us opening above or right below it, again, I was favoring the market more long, also aligning with the VIX. But again, we could not get above that weekly bullish above. And so it was kind of weird. We had a really consolidated day. But the only trade I really took this day was I was really looking favoring only longs if we maintained above the 6104. So despite that, we didn't really take it, and also realized that 30 minutes in, you could just tell that it was a really chop day. And so again, when it's a chop day, my way of trading is fading the extremes. And so, like for example, short here, long here, short here, long here. Again, in hindsight, simple. But I was actually able to take the market around 10:31. Market broke down again, the extreme reclaimed. It was actually also the start of the initial balance, which is the 1 hour. So it broke below the initial balance, could not continue, and then we continued back up. And I actually got some trades off here, taking off some trades in the middle. That's usually when it comes to consolidation. I like to take it off some in the middle. You're not going to take the most points, but again, it's chop days, you're happy to walk out green. And then the rest I was really aiming for something higher. But again, I got stopped out on this big move here, and I was happy with the points I took, right? But again, 40s, 85s, once we got below those 85s, you can see we kind of rejected it. But again, it was a pretty choppy day, lackluster day. And so lastly, on Friday, this is a pretty good day. And this is where, again, the lesson that I had from Wednesday, I believe, when I took those trades. You're going to see, or is this is, yeah, Friday. You're going to see for Friday, I was still had the 6104 level, 6104, but I had 6122 in the intraday bearish was 85s, right? Nothing would have changed. But again, market got above, the weekly bullish level. I was looking for ways to take the market long. Actually, on this day, same thing with the VIX. VIX was just not giving me any confluence to take the market long. It was not looking good. We were at an area where we constantly bounce on the VIX, and usually VIX is a good indicator of when VIX bottoms, market does top. So I was not looking for ways to take the market long despite us being above 6104. And that's important why I use the VIX a lot. Because even despite above the weekly bullish level, I was still not looking for ways to take long just because of the VIX. So once I saw this flush off, right, got right below the 6104, really was looking for a pullback around that 6104, but I saw some active selling over here around the 6100 area, 6099. This is where I took the market short. Took some off below at the 85s or break below, and the rest of the target I was really going for the 67s, but again, it could not, and I got stopped down the rest here because I left runners here at the 90s, but again, great trade, just the runners weren't working, and so that's something to journal out. But again, you could see how it really worked out. Even the 85 started working out and stuff like that. And so we came below and we actually had a whole sell-off. And so Monday, I actually didn't look at the market yesterday, so really don't know. But again, the weekly TPOs, my new levels this week, and I already have it journaled out. It's going to be 6107 for the weekly bullish level above, right? And then the weekly bearish below is going to be simpler, 6008. Oh wait, these are my big. It's gonna be similar to 2 weeks ago profile, similar thing. Again, as long as we maintain above this value area and yes, the high of that volume node, I believe we have a traversal up to the all-time highs. Same thing with here. We had this obviously massive overnight gap, and we had even this kind of low volume node down here. We're able to maintain below that. I do see bearish activity to the downside. Even just to give you guys an analysis for the intraday heading into tomorrow. Heading into tomorrow, again, we had this kind of consolidation day, and you can see the 6107 even having those set of single prints. So that's something that I'm gonna really take note of there. Kind of those sets of single prints are gonna be pretty important for me. Could even be some resistance here, the single prints, and then below, realistically, intraday we have this above these single prints. I do believe that we should see the market move higher into those 6122 target. And so we would have this level like right here. This is kind of this resistance area. Just have it just marked out there, right? You kind of see that resistance area. Below, I would truly believe that the true intraday bearish level would be below the 44s. That's truly my idea of taking the market short, below these 44 levels. Will we make it there? Again, I don't know. And same thing that we see yesterday. We have an inside day. So break below or above the inside day could give extra confluence into more volatility and more volume, but again, not guaranteed. And one thing to take note of is in the past 2 weeks we've had a major distribution within this area from like 6105. You can see this profile gives a view of all the profiles in the view right here. So since I'm looking at all these profiles here, it goes to start from here to there. You can see that there's just so much volume being accumulated here. Could be a sign that could be a chop condition from 6107 to 6020. We could see a bounce, just ping pong action. So again, something to take note of, and the VIX, you could align that with some extra confluence to really see if there's going to be some volatility in the market. But again, 6107, my weekly bullish level, 6008 is going to be my weekly bearish below level. Above that, again, traversal into all-time highs. Below that, I truly see a traversal down into the weekly low of 59.50. I believe it was 59.25 too. So I truly see a traversal on there. And so that's going to be my levels. I hope you guys are enjoying this level thing. Really, I enjoy giving you guys the levels. It really shows that if you follow a plan, create a plan throughout the week, it's going to go. Follow your trading levels. Really just be patient and everything will come your way. Peace, guys.